Warrior girl.
Warrior girl.
Hi,
Hi,
warrior
warrior.
girl.
Hi, cat mama. Meow. How
Meowdy.
how is everyone? Oh, trying to see. I can't see because I have my camera in the
Oh,
wrong spot. Well, welcome.
I'm already discombobulated with too many books with different notes
We're
because I couldn't
already
find.
we're already going. Oh boy! But it is a very powerful new moon. This is
Very.
powerful. 21 degrees. Uh, 21 is a really interesting number. I'm sure everybody has their meanings, but in astrology, it is a creation number. Um, 21 equals 3. It's one of the 369 Tesla. You create with that 3.
Hmm.
But remember, it's a 3. Don't go ahead. What were you going to say?
Well, I was just
Don't.
going to say, but if we look at it as maturity, what happens when we're 21? We're
Hi.
legal. We're legal in every shape, way of it, And when in my
Mm-hmm.
generation, that's what we were waiting for, was to turn 21, because that's when we were legal.
I could really
So,
smack
but that
myself back in
21,
time.
yes, and being 21
Priscilla.
gets you over a hump. It is a maturity level, and you're at that 21. You're in the final decade
Mm-hmm.
of degrees. Each sign has 30 degrees, and the final sign goes from 20 to 29. I mean,
0 to
the final
29.
decade.
Yeah, you go 0 to 29. It's 30 degrees, but it can get confusing. But yes,
Yes.
so here we are, 21, new moon in Virgo, very healing. I mean, really focus in on your healing. I'd say focus in inside because we still have so many planets retrograde. It's really
And
not time. Go ahead.
it's really not time,
It's
because
really not
all
time.
those retrograde planets are not moving.
Get it? Like, see how we
By
are?
the
This is retrograde planets in action.
1 degree a month from now till the end of this month. It's been that way since the beginning of this month when we did the full moon. Those planets are not moving any faster.
Mm-mm.
And with Mercury stationing direct tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
he's not moving much either. And
Mm-mm.
let me reiterate what I talked about last time we were together, which is Venus only moves 1 degree or 2 degrees by the end of this month. Mercury's only going to move 10 degrees by the end of this month, but Mars is going to move 20 degrees by the
Mars.
end of the month.
Yeah.
So Mars is really the leader in all of
Yeah.
this, but he's the guy who wants to take action.
And it's
We're
not time
in
yet.
yeah, it's take action on creating the intention, which is what
Yeah.
this new moon is about, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Take action on yourself. Clear up your healing. Um, Focus in and bring clarity to what your intentions are because we're creating these new moons like the next few months, but these it's Pluto and Uranus are the last two to come out of retrograde, and that's not till the end of January. So you got to think this fall and winter are for in deep internal work. Go inside, really understand who you are, love yourself, accept yourself. I always say the same thing, but really go in and focus in on the Venus. What is it that you love and value? What is it you want to create and bring, make manifest on this earth? Because this is the earth trine. We have Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn in a beautiful earth trine. You can make these things happen. You can make anything happen, your dreams, your wishes, but no, it's not going to happen overnight unless you've been working on it for a year or so, right? It's just not time.
Right. Well, and we have Neptune opposite this conjunction between the sun and the moon. And what is Neptune? Neptune doesn't want boundaries, and Neptune is about
Spirit.
some of the dreaminess, right? So
Mm-hmm.
things can still feel a little murky and a little emotional. So if you found yourself a little out of sorts today, that's really the reason why. Because Virgo is telling us this is time to nurture the self.
Yes.
We have Chiron and Aries, all about healing your wounds.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the North Node in Aries showing you what to let go of and how to go forward, because the South Node is in Libra. So these are those Chiron and nodal axis is all about the healing.
Yeah.
And Virgo is about nurturing and being in service. But you leave yourself out of the mix how many times?
Exactly.
So this is the new moon showing you, keep track of you. Nurture yourself. Do nice things for yourself. Have your new moon ritual, but don't go overboard. Don't do a whole tribal thing. Do it for you. Do it simple.
Mm-hmm. Really hone in on what it is that is immediate for you, that you want to create, right? Because we're going to put the words to it tonight on our intention. Okay, but then we got next, the next new moon is in Libra, but that's an eclipse. We have 2 eclipses next month. So you really can't create. You want to release on the eclipses. And these are powerful, big ones like the United States of America. That's when we're going to start seeing some interesting things being revealed. And it's going to try to throw us off our center. So this is why this time, this preparation time, is so important to strengthen your inside, strengthen your energy column, strengthen who you are, and know that nothing can take that can't take that out of balance. You are in charge of you, and love you. Focus in on what it is you want to create, but really take your time on that, because creation fully, I don't see until February, really starting until February. This is the time to go inward. It's winter, like we do this anyway, naturally, right? We go in, we cozy, get cozy. Good. I mean, really, and with yourself, cozy. Okay.
Well, and that's so we have this beautiful grand trine in Earth grounding us, but then we have that Neptune Sun Moon opposition, and even though the moon will move on rather quickly, we're still going to have the sun in that position. And Neptune is retrograde. So where's he going? Nowhere fast. And then we have Venus squaring Jupiter and Uranus. So she's ever so optimistic, because now she's that morning star and she's getting to move a little bit, and she's out of the darkness as far as being in doing her shadow work. But it's easy to get ourselves misled because we have Jupiter there. And he's conjunct Uranus, and Uranus, Uranus can show openings, but Uranus can also go boom. If that lightning bolt hits an electric pole outside your house, what's going to happen? Your house is going to be without electricity, right?
And Uranus is things that we can't control, but a lot of it we can't. If you're not going too fast, taking your time, you should be able to, duck and sidestep any Uranus stuff. Yeah. How do you say it?
Well, it's like riding a motorcycle. Where you look is where you go. You want to fall down? You look at the ground and you're falling down. Never look at the ground on a turn.
Really? Oh, goodness.
And where you focus is where you go. You let the road meander you around. And that's keeping your eye on Uranus. Because when you have him in your sights, you can see when he shifts. It's like chasing the future. This is, you still aren't going to meet it, because sometimes you don't want to meet up with Uranus at the wrong moment. But this is watching him, right?
Right.
And waiting for the future to meet you in the middle.
Yeah, because we're calling in our preferred future. Our, we're calling in specific things on a new moon. And
Beautiful.
if you all remember, excuse me, like the last probably since the spring equinox, we were saying to do 2 lists. Do the list you want to release and burn that. And this was on every new moon and full moon up until this month. And still, by all means, keep going with that. So say I want to release, doubt or confusion. I would write that down and I would take it outside and burn that tonight. And then I'm going to make a list of the things that I want to bring in. And my list pretty much is the same running list. I tweak it every month, once certain things come in. But I don't go from, a big house to I don't know why I just thought of a moose. A moose game. So, Alaska trip, maybe. I don't know.
They're big.
But that's what I mean. Like, it's just focus. It is so important to do the Virgo focus and discerning and understand, that things take time.
Beautiful.
You're creating let's say it like this. We are all creating our new timeline, our new life, and this new energy where we're, I'm not saying we're better than anybody, but we're aware that we're spiritual beings, and we're unconditional love. We're heart centered and soul centered. And we know that this is going to just keep growing, but it's not there yet. And we can see a lot of the world's not there yet. And that's okay. They'll come when they're ready, and we'll be here to assist them if they want it. But this is so about us since the spring equinox. What are we doing for ourselves to prepare to go into these new energies, into this new world with this? I mean, if you think about it, it's like, it's open. You can create anything you want. Dream it. Don't put any limitations on yourself, and just keep speaking to your guides. It's going to come in. Now, of course, within reason, and we don't want to bring that moose in, but in case
Not in the house anyway. Big house or not, no, the antlers wouldn't fit.
So, I mean, but it's just really cool time. But that Mars that Diana was talking about, he's out front, and he wants to go, and he wants to get going, and he wants it all, and he wants it yesterday. But you got to keep your Mars calm.
But
right?
he's in Libra, which is a good thing, because there he is about being the diplomat.
Yes.
And he's going to be able to speak to his brother Mercury. Not for a couple of days yet, but the messages are going to start to flow. So by the equinox, there will be a flow between them.
But then next month, he's going to go into Scorpio with those eclipses. So that's going to kind of put a hard stop to things, or at least a hard pause. Really, something's coming in, and you all know this. Y'all are so gifted, beautiful souls. When something comes in and it's like, that doesn't feel good. That's the wrong way. That is the wrong way. So take your time and contemplate these things. Don't rush into anything.
So on October 14th, Mercury will be at 17 degrees of Libra. So he'll be right in the middle for that. And Mars is going to be over there at 1 degree of Scorpio.
Yeah, see, that means the 13th and the 12th, he was at 29 and 0, which we all know about 29s and zeros. Right. So he's going to go 29 Libra around the 12th, somewhere like the 11th. And that's going to be an interesting, okay. And you're really going to want to jump because he's 29 Libra, and then he's going to go 0 Scorpio, and you're really going to want to jump. But that's
But we have Venus will only be at 5 degrees of Virgo. So she's gonna rein her boys in a little bit. Because don't forget, she's now a morning star. And when she's a morning star, I don't know about you, but I had a Virgo grandmother. She laid down the law. She laid down the law. Everybody jumped when my Virgo grandmother said, do this.
Yep.
And it's not because she could scream and holler, because she could, but it was just because the logic was, she knows what she's talking about. She she does this, she does, so
it's easy for Virgo to corral everything, get it working, get it moving. Now, boom, boom, boom. It's flawless. And we all have Virgo in us. So now you can call in your Virgo. I do for mine. I have 2 major ones, so I have Pluto and Mars. So I can get, I got to check myself a lot too. If I can get a little overzealous and want things my way, and it doesn't work like that. This is, you gotta kind of remember Libra. Always there's harmony, there's partnership and the balance. So you always think about, okay, what attributes am I displaying that I might need to rein in, or what attributes do I need to implement to go further?
Let me check you for 1 minute. What did I just say? Did I say that was on the eclipse?
No.
See, I said equinox, didn't I? I'm looking at the chart for the eclipse. Let me back it up a month and I can tell.
No, that's right. You're right. Okay. The equinox is the 23rd. You're right. Okay. I see what you're saying. It was the eclipse chart.
Yeah. So the 14th of October is when we have the first eclipse. That's when Mercury is going to be at 17 degrees and she'll be but this is helpful for the eclipse for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Venus will be in Virgo. Mercury and Mars will have just scooped into Scorpio. Now on the 14th, that eclipse happens in Libra. It does not happen in Scorpio. But the second one on the 28th, that's a Scorpio.
So the first one is Libra, and that's the one I'm seeing where we're going to get some probably shocking news about the way our systems are run politically, let's say like that. But see, Libra's there. Libra's going to show it's imbalanced. Okay, but when it comes into Scorpio, that's when it's going to get handled correctly. And maybe I shouldn't say it like that, should I? Scorpio is a little intense when they handle their business, but sometimes you need like that.
For Scorpio, I would say even 1 degree is critical.
Yeah, definitely.
All
Scorpio degrees are critical. I mean, really, depending, because it's all what's transiting with it. Scorpio is not an easy month to go through. That's why if you're preparing now, giving yourself the grace to take your time to really evaluate what you got coming up, what you want to create, let it just take its time and kind of coast through October, November. Let Scorpio season do its thing, because with those 2 eclipses next month, it's really going to we're already receiving so much information with everyone that's in retrograde. But then the eclipses come in. Everyone's still in retrograde for the most part, except Venus and Mercury, but they're not clear. Their shadow, I'd say, until about October 4th. And we got a small window. You can maybe bring in some clarity to yourself, but then it goes right into that eclipse. So it's just, I think it's wise to Be conscious of your moves. Be conscious of how you move. What's the matter? What?
I'm looking at this chart, trying to add to what you're saying, and I keep going, how can the sun only be at 0 degrees of Virgo? Because then I was looking at where Venus was on August 22nd, which was when she went direct, right? Or went retrograde, or whatever it was she said.
Yeah.
So it's
classic example of Mercury retrograde and 5 other planets retrograde. This is what happens. You get tongue-tied. You think you're on the right day. You're on the wrong day. But it's okay. We love Diana. We know it's good.
Thank you, because I was only looking for the equinox.
Still looking
so much more.
Yeah, the 23rd. Yeah. Now that's from now until, excuse me, I'd say till October 4th. Okay. Maybe a couple of days after. You know, this is a good time to, it's like playing in Play-Doh. It's like playing around with how you want to see things. Hi, Jean. Well, let's say hi to everybody real quick.
Okay.
Hi, Mama. Hi, Rossi. Hi, Terry at Holding Your Space. Hi, Cat Mama Meow. Hi, Laurie Hunsinger.
Yeah. Hi, girl.
Yeah. Hi, Jay Marcus. Warrior Girl. Hi, Perrette. See if we're missing anybody. I just love art. Hi, Sue. Sue came to visit. Well, that's really nice. I think we got everybody. Wiki. Hi, Wiki.
Hey.
All right. Thank you all for coming. Really, your energy is just so beautiful. Can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Feel it, and it's nice and calming. And here we are together. We're going through this massive time in history. I mean, it's massive. You know, and we're aware of it to a certain degree, at least. Where we're ending one cycle, the age of Pisces, going into the age of Aquarius, but this isn't just going to happen overnight. We're in the chaos phase, you know, and that could only divine timing knows that number when that's actually going to happen. But we're here as the front line, as the support, holding the energies that are coming in because we keep getting solar flares. We hold all that energy because we're an energy column, and that energy comes in, and it just comes in, and we ground it down into Mother Earth, and we just bring that vibration in, and sooner rather than later, we're going to maintain a steady frequency in a higher vibration. So we are on the right track, and I know we're tired. You know, we've been through a lot last few years. We just been through it. And go ahead.
You know, we have Pluto still squaring the nodes. That's not,
that doesn't go away.
Right where it is for a while yet. So what is making us tired is that constant wanting to take action, not being able to do it, wanting to pull it all together and not being able to do it because there's just too many what ifs at this point in time.
And it's okay that we can take our time. But I know if any of you feel like I do not have a Mars and Pluto in Virgo, I am serious about getting my things done. But I've had to talk myself back for a year. There's no hurry. You know, there's nowhere to go. You don't have all the information. So I finally got good with that. Okay, I'm not in a hurry. Things will come in divine timing, and I can relax because I could never relax most of my life because of that conjunction in my chart. So I don't know. I don't know how to guidance. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, we also have to watch our finances for just what you have said, right. But also because Jupiter and Uranus that we just talked about, Mr. Expansion, also expand the bills, and Uranus can not just open up what it's supposed to be, but damage control. So when you do something, you want to try to make it give you double duty. You know, like, okay, my fall decorations are going to be corn stalks and bales of straw, which they always are. But that straw does double duty, and so does the corn, because the corn then goes out for the squirrels and everybody else who needs to eat through those warmer days. The crows, they eat all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it does do that double duty, because those corn stalks stay out there until well after Christmas is over.
And you hear how she said that that's a perfect Virgo scenario. A Virgo's gonna, if I'm gonna go buy hay and corn stalks, it's got to be more than just a decoration. It's got to be utilized in a better way. So that's kind of how we're gonna look at our lives. Is this gonna yield more harvest for me, or is this gonna take away? And this is, what's this, first harvest? No, this is second harvest technically, right? Second harvest. So we have another one coming up. But again, nothing really goes forward until February. Now, when Jupiter and Uranus conjunct in April, that's going to be beautiful energy. I just see that like magical fairy dust just being bestowed on everyone on Earth. And if you're ready for it, because you took your time and you really planned it out according to your specifications, not anyone else's. That's another thing. We can't do things for someone else. It's just not going to work. So, but April, May, that's going to be a nice energy. When Pluto and Uranus go direct, that's going to be nice. There's going to be major changes. I really think we're going to see major collective societal changes by February, March.
Well,
and that's give us hope. Go ahead.
Yeah, and on a practical note, Saturn is in Pisces, and he's retrograde. And so now, like, I went to get my teeth cleaned today, and here we go again. So on the practical end of Saturn, it's all about the maintenance on your teeth, and taking your calcium and doing the things for your bones, your magnesium, your calcium, your vitamin D, all the things that deliver the minerals. A and D help deliver the minerals to your skeletal structure.
That's right. That's a good point.
Well, and I'm lucky, because what he's discovered is another cavity under a 30-year-old crown, and the crown's in perfect condition, but the cavity is minor, and there's some new medication. And so that's what he's putting in it without taking the crown off.
Oh, that's cool.
Which means I'll take the gas, thank you. Because I've been there with you before. But this medication stops the cavity where it is. The cavity will not grow.
This is interesting. We're in Virgo season. Virgo's about healing. I didn't know Diana was going to talk about a new medication that will stop a cavity from growing without having to get dental work done. But that's exactly how this plays out. And it could be, okay, something as significant as tooth getting fixed, or maybe just doing more stretches, strengthening your bones. It's really important to strengthen, because that's another thing about Virgo. They very discerning eaters. They work out for the most part. My Virgo seems to have lost those things. I gotta find them.
But something else that our bones need that we may not even consider: water. For the manufacture of all that has to go on inside of the bone, in the marrow.
It's where we make our blood, right? And that's important. And that is, what was the, darn it. I was thinking of the law of transmutation, but no, I'm not going to get into all that. So that keeps coming in.
Save that. Come and join Terry and I when we get there.
Oh my goodness, I would love to. I love all the universal laws. That's a good thing to take up and study or get to know, get intimate with the universe, 12 universal spiritual laws. So, because we do them all day, every day, whether you are aware of it or not. But if you can focus in on it, you really will give yourself a huge jump start going forward in anything.
Yeah.
But we are still, even though it's the second harvest, we still are reaping and sowing seeds at the same time, because just think of it as like a longer, how would you say that, a longer grow season, maybe, for us
Well,
individually.
if you had the first harvest, kind of like I did, my squash plants were terrible. And if you,
Mm,
some of you may remember that back in the early spring, I was like devastated because there were no bees. I should have stepped on 3 of them by that time. And
mm,
I hadn't stepped on any. They did not come around here until after the 4th of July. Well, that stunted the plants. And though I did get some spaghetti squash, I didn't get any buttercup.
mm.
My jalapeno peppers, which usually produce like crazy, are just now bringing me a couple. The zucchini did nothing but die on the vine. And now all of a sudden I got 6 zucchini out there because the
Exactly.
bees come back, but they
Exactly.
made it so that the first harvest was basically missed, and it was just hit or a miss along the way, except for one thing: my tomato crops have been fantabulous.
I've heard that from a couple of people. But isn't that strange though? Because a lot of people didn't get that early yield,
Mhm.
So everybody was like, "Oh my goodness, don't see the bees. I don't see what's going on." But if you see how Mother Nature, it's not the only people I've heard this from.
Right.
Mother Nature is taking her. She's transitioning her seasons into her liking. Like things are. I don't even know how to describe what's
Flipping
happening now. Yeah. Um,
the cracks in the magnetic field every time a solar
there we
flare goes
go.
off,
There,
bingo. And it can
mhm,
be a big crack or it can be a little crack.
yeah.
But a solar flare causes that to happen. And that's, oof,
But see, Warrior Girl, bees are on
crazy.
the decline. For everyone that doesn't know, almond trees kill bees, and we make a ton of them for Asia. Oh, I did not know that. And I'm not disputing anything. Like, I think this is what this whole period is about for humanity and Mother Earth, is that we're learning how to readjust and restructure on such a huge, massive scale that none of us can just put it down. We can see like certain, we can hone in on, the bees here or the almond trees, but I think it's the whole ecosystem is really going into, and Mother Earth is resilient and tough. And if
Yeah.
she
And she's made,
wanted, she'd get rid of us in a second if we were that nuisance to her. Um,
the worst thing is this, what do you call it?
hmm.
Corporate farming.
Well, yeah, that's going to end too. That's being restructured. That's one of the things Pluto's going to come in and level out. He's going to be in Aquarius for 20 years. It's all going to be different.
And I see more and more of the small scale farmer around here,
Yes.
which, it lifts my spirit to see
Yeah.
that. So people are beginning, the farmers are beginning to understand that no matter what side of the coin they are on, politically, they know that. They know there's no beef out there. They know they're going to have a failed crop. He hasn't even begun to harvest his soybeans yet, and he should be.
See, Warrior Girl saying they're over 40,000 acres grown in California, and they use up to 3 times more water than all other fruits and with and whatnot grown out there. 99% of the almonds are sold to Asia, and I understand. And it's like the whole system, the system of our systems that are so backwards and so twisted, and they are nonsensical, right? Most everything in our government, and we're not the only one, but America's coming in for that that eclipse that's going to cross her. Okay, this is
Yeah.
going to be significant because the eclipse is crossing her. We have a
One
lot
of
of
the,
things coming out of the that we haven't heard yet. But these types of things, once we get past this political nonsense and we get serious about taking care of America, her citizens, and the world, things will they'll just exponentially click into gear and start healing. And there's a lot of off-planet help that's going to help heal too. Now, I don't know all of that. I just what I hear and when I ask about it, the information I get. But the thing that my guides say to me is that yes, these things are going on, and you can send love, you can send peace, you can send the truth, but there's nothing I can do or you can do. I'm not saying you can't do anything where you go, but me, I can't sitting here except send love. Send love and send love. And that's what I do all day long because it is going to click and it is going to become in favor of humanity.
it's,
That's the age of Aquarius. That's Aquarius and Pluto. Go ahead.
it's a positive way of managing your stress
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, because I have to. I would have gone crazy, especially with my Mars and Pluto and Virgo. I was stressed out. I was
Been
stressed
done.
out little kid my whole life. And until I got a connection and relationship with my guides, I didn't know how I was going to handle it. I did not know how to take care of all this pressure and anxiety that the world gives me.
Mhm.
So that's how that came into play. Was my guides would say, send it love, be the love you are. That's why when you see anything I write, that's what I put. I put what they suggest to me, because that this whole setup right now that we're living under is designed because the media is owned by those corporations, those 6 corporations that own
Who
everything,
also own the farm.
who own the farms, and that media benefits from you being in stress, fear, anger, hate. And the only way to combat that, any of it, is to send it love. And I know it seems like I'm blowing rainbows up your butt, but that's what my guides told me, and we will see it click. What does Terry say? Yes, walk in your light, be aware, easier said than done, but a goal, right? It's
Right.
not easy.
Well, and it's a goal that we set right now with this new moon, because this new moon
Yeah,
is about keeping your new moon rituals small. Don't do the whole big gig with everybody and all your tribe. This one is the Virgo, and it's time. The Aries is dictating, because it's the nodes and
mm,
Chiron,
mm,
dictating that for once it's about you.
mm-hmm,
For once
mm.
it's be about you.
That's true, because Aries is about I am. So
Right.
with the nodes, the north node in Aries is I am healed. I
I
am,
am I am going forward. I
yes,
I can see my future.
yes. And
And
that's
we
what
are
I
in,
hear all the
only
time.
if you let go of this. That's
Yeah,
right. in,
right,
in on the other end of the axis.
right.
Because
And
you
that's
have to
what
make room.
my guides have been saying, keep moving forward, keep moving
Yeah.
forward. When Diana just said, and go forward, it was just another, when you hear something that your guides are saying to you randomly from somebody else, that's the right, you're on the right path.
Mhm.
It's not easy, but I think together, all of us who are here and know that something's going on and know that we're significant players in this, know that our energy, because energy is everything. If I can, well, I can't really prove it, but now that I think the way I do and I'm optimistic and I love my life. I'm content. Okay. I'm not like overly overjoyed or excited because we have a lot going on, but I am for the most part content. As 50 years, I woke up with anxiety attacks every morning and didn't know how to handle anything, didn't know how to calm down. So I know that we're here for a specific reason and purpose, and it is not to be stressed out.
Right. Well,
And
and we have Mercury is opposite Saturn, right? And so this is about giving serious thought to what is in your way.
mm,
How do you communicate with yourself? Terry and I have gone over this with the laws, the
mm,
universal laws, the first three, four of them. How do you communicate with yourself? Change,
absolutely,
change what you say in order to change what you manifest.
absolutely, and that's how my guides taught me. And Warrior Girl, I know you are just brilliant. She said, "I'm just shining light on certain things, like I just did, helps others to be informed and help make a difference," and that's true. Like yourself,
Uh,
I can't do anything from New York. No, and it's. I mean, we could there's probably a billion things we could look at that are just nonsensical. Like, who would even implement that type of like? How does the Supreme Court not have not have regulations, not have an oversight committee? I don't even know how any of this happened, right? But instead of getting angry like I did, because and let me be honest about that, I do get very angry. But it's I'm guided to get it out, say exactly how you want to say, just so it gets out of your cells, out of your cellular structure, and then go back into being the love you are. But yeah, we're gonna be angry. What do you do? You okay?
yeah, no, I'm trying to change this blaring light here. I have a
Well,
ring light, but
let's see the
the sun
okay.
is still shining, so I didn't know what that it was on.
Okay, so with the Earth trine, let's the Earth changes. Here we go. Mother Earth is gonna.
hmm
We already just talked about how the farming's a little different, right? Making What do I got here? Our physical reality. So if we want to increase our health physically, breathe, Valerie. That's how you do it. That's right, Wiki. It's true. And but that exactly, breathe, get that exercise because the exercise does help us release any tension, right? That's going on.
hmm
Um,
Well, and we have this beautiful grand trine, smack dab in the middle, right across
yeah.
from where the sun and the moon are, is that Neptune. And so that itchiness that you're feeling is going to be there for another day, day and a half, because then they'll be within orb. But
Mhm.
when the sun begins to move on out of that, the next one on the equinox is going to be, we're going to have a cattywampus of grand trines in fire, right? And we're going to have Chiron, the north node. Let me pick my head up
When
to
is that
talk.
one? When
We
is that
got
one? When is the
on the equinox.
okay?
On the equinox, we have grand trines in fire. Is the vertex is in Sagittarius. Then we have the north node and Venus. They're conjunct Juno. Venus conjunct Juno in Leo. Then the north node and Eris Xena and Chiron being there in Aries together. So
Mm.
that forms this series of grand trines in fire. But on the 22nd, we have Mars in a quincunx to Saturn, fine tuning. And I think on the 22nd is when I have to go to the dentist again.
Oh, goodness.
Taking action on that new medication, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then also on the 22nd, we have Mars opposite Chiron. And then we have Saturn in a half square to Chiron. So we have a bloody quincunx going on, a mini hammer of Thor coming at us.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's just more more proof that we just keep going inside, keep working on yourself,
Yeah.
work out. You know, if you need to, I really need to implement my workout routine or a walking routine. I'm trying to eat better. I've been doing a little better on that. But those are the things in the Earth trine that we can work on. You know, tend to your soil for the next year. Oh, there was something good.
Which
I I wanted to say this to Terry because this is kind of, I don't know why I keep hearing this and seeing it. I actually see the mycelium under the soil just going all throughout the Mother Earth. And Terry brought it up the other morning in a meditation, and I'm like, mycelium, mycelium, it's just everywhere. So that is saying something to me about strengthening the foundation in some, you know, personally on however it is that we need to. I just I just think it's important. It's important for us to get ourselves pretty strong and be prepared, you know. We have a lot coming up and it's going to be a lot of bumpy, but
Well, and that's what, I've got one bed pretty much pulled up. It's time to start fertilizing that heavy fertilizing, like
yeah.
fish and stuff like that, because this was the first year. It could use some extra conditioning, you know.
And Terry's right. Crystalline energy, we are learning how to absorb it. I keep hearing that too. Absorb. Don't sit here and, ponder, because I'm a ponder. Just absorb.
It's hard not to ponder today because of that Neptune.
Yeah, it really is. Um, but it just seems like it's.
In fact, I wrote that down as a note.
Did you?
Neptune out of sorts. Ponder today.
See? And here we are. Look at us.
We can't make this.
Can't.
So,
what else I have here? Go ahead. Okay, Virgo. Let's get. This is the time that we're being allotted. Think about it like that. To, how did I put it? To create the details of our lives, like really into the details. And even though Diana was saying, don't do a big thing. No, don't do a big thing, new moon, for something other than yourself. For yourself, go in and do the details. Like really hone in on, oh, I like this color better than this, or I like whatever it is, go into the details.
When the sun is in Libra, it's going to be about fine tuning, because Libra is the sign of balance. All of that you have discovered for yourself now, whether it was something that needed to be dumped or something that needed to be worked on, or if you just need something new about it completely, right? So that balancing act that will come up when the sun is in Libra. Don't forget the South Node is in Libra. So now that is going to be showing us what it is that no longer serves the purpose. The sun is the biggest planet of illumination.
And that, that may be difficult because because of the Uranus around, it could be a surprise. It could be, you know, coming up into that, but
Not expected.
not expected. There you go. Or kind of know, but you haven't admitted it to yourself, maybe.
You can't pinpoint when it's going to happen
No, no.
because the lightning bolt, it's serendipitous on its way down till it hits.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. And Terry says she's a pitter patterer. A pitter.
For sure.
I'm a ponder. Oh my God, I can sit in here and drive myself crazy. That's why I'm constantly talking to my higher self. It's just there's so much going on, and it's just like the information is coming in so fast. It's just constant. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's like, oh my goodness. Oh, yep, yep, yep. So to stay in with it, tracking with it, you know, that's, I don't know, and grounding it into Mother Earth, because that's the most important thing. We are grounding this energy into Mother Earth and constantly looping it. You know, I see it as a infinity symbol where it comes in from spirit, goes down into Mother Earth, an infinity symbol up, and it's just constant, constant. And look how good we're doing, though. I mean, this has been going on for quite many years before we even understood what was going on.
Well, and Amanda is saying that she just got a few violas and some
Mm.
geranium, and she got it for a day old, half off. That's awesome. But save
Oh,
your seeds. And the geraniums, you know, you can pull up the plant and keep them wintered in the basement. Just tend to them a little bit here and there, and
mm,
you'll probably have good success sticking them back out for the spring.
mhm,
Just like mums, potted mums.
mhm,
I love mums, but I also dislike them because when they go wild, all they do is smell like mums and there's no flowers.
mm.
So I just keep them going in the pot during the winter. Sometimes I turn them upside down up close to the house under a tree so that they're not getting the brunt of the weather, but they're still, you know, laying dormant in the cold. Or I
Get,
take them to the basement.
yeah, getting there, getting adjusted to the seasons.
Yeah.
Amanda Carroll, yeah, feel the pressure to take advantage of these energies, but don't, let's take the pressure off
That's it.
of ourselves.
That's what I mean by keeping the ritual small, even if it's not the new moon ritual. Small steps, one step at a time,
She's
as
got
I
it.
just said.
Yeah, one step at a time. She's smart. They're all geniuses. All of you are brilliant, beautiful souls. And we're
Yeah,
gonna get through this together. Thankfully, we found each other. I'm still
right.
amazed we all found each other just in these last few years. Like, oh my God, I didn't know. I did not know that any of you existed, and it's just.
Finally, being mindful of the fact that it is my turn to take care of me. Almost a foreign concept. Lori Hutzinger, you know that that's the,
Wow,
but it's the truth.
it is.
Time to do that.
It is, and this is exactly what this next few months is for, till February. We're going to have some massive information about how to go forward by February. We're just going to have this. I see us all like elated about going forward
Mhm.
in these really, I don't know. It's
Yes, Amanda. We attract. We're magnets.
mm,
That takes us back to the law of attraction.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And everything is creator. Everything.
Yeah.
And we're all creator, and we were supposed to meet. I know we were supposed to meet because everything is in divine timing, and here we are. We've got to know each other over these last few years, and here we are walking into this new energy, this new world together in
Right.
our own right, in our own unique ways. And it's just beautiful. I really appreciate you all being. I mean, I would have never known. Oh, and that new moon Libra eclipse is the Ring of Fire eclipse. It's going to be pretty cool. So that's along with the fire trines. Is that correct, or is the fire trines? No.
That's well. I didn't look at the chart completely for the 14th. There's probably a trine in the fire too.
I'm sure. Does anyone have any questions? Do you have anything you'd like to part ways with, Diana? Any? How do you say it? Breathe. No. How do you say it? I always mess it up. Take those deep breaths and those pauses. Diana says it another way.
Exhale all the CO2. Exhale longer than you inhale. As Terry says, inhale, hold, pause, exhale.
Mm-hmm.
Think twice, act once.
There it is. And with that,
and I have preached that all summer, haven't I? I've been preaching that since Pluto.
Yes, we've been doing this. But it's so true. We this has been the best advice for over a year. I don't know how long we've been doing this. We've been doing this a while.
We've been doing this, well, probably going on 2 years now.
Mm-hmm. See?
Year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I think Christmas time will be two years. Well, we've been working together for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. And I love it. And see, we all kind of get together and collaborate, and we do our things. And it's just beautiful. And there's so much that we can help each other with to stay grounded, to stay calm during these times. Just beautiful. And I appreciate all of you coming to visit with us. And are we going to come back for an equinox, or we do an equinox with Allie? Do you know?
I think that's when she wants to do that creative.
Oh, okay.
I think that's when yeah. Allie, are you listening? Probably not. She's probably on the show.
Allie, well, Terry, beautiful Terry, has invited me to come on her channel on the 17th of September. So that would be this Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And the 21st, I'm with Kate, Dream Detective Kate, with Love Notes. For Love Notes. Allie is the 25th that you and I are going to be with Allie. And
well, we can come back if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to do the equinox, you want to go into it a little bit, maybe. I think it's powerful because of the eclipses.
Well, and because it's later than usual. So, you know how sometimes said some years there's some signs that get a little out of kilter. Gemini is one of them, marking the difference between Taurus and Gemini. This is where knowing what year you were born in comes in pretty handy, because it's years like this that throw that demarcation line between the signs. Like,
well, then it sounds like
this
we'll be
year
back.
both England and the United States is going in at the same time.
Oh, wow. And
we're both going to the 23rd.
Oh, wow. See, that's interesting, because that is when
ours is very early in the morning. It'll be 7 hours later for them, so it'll be early afternoon for them. It'll be 2:50 in the morning, 2:49 in the morning for us on the 23rd.
I did pick a card. I hear you. I forgot to say the card I picked.
Yeah.
I hear Diana's going to pull a card too. I got self-trust. The time has come to really trust who you are and love yourself fully. If there are parts of you that are out of alignment with your faith or your values, call them into alignment now, and so you can feel better and more integrated. Then trust your intuition and inner knowing without question. going as much as you can with the flow of your desires and passions. Cultivate your higher self as a trusted ally and seek its voice in meditation.
You cannot make this up. My card from the top is strength and guidance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get our third eye lighting
Wow.
up.
I like that.
And the rising energy on the bottom, clear, cancel, and release.
Ah, love it. I say that one a lot too. Clear, cancel, delete. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
have potato.
And what?
And have some potato chips on hand while you do.
Uh-oh. I messed up. Hold on, guys. All right. Stuff coming popping up. All right, guys. We love you. We'll see you on the equinox.
All
Get
right,
some
we'll see you.
information.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Thank you, Warrior Girl. Thank you, Lori. Great
We
chatters.
love you.
Absolutely.
Oh my
Bye,
goodness.
Terry. Bye, everybody.
Okay. It's time for me to go. I keep hitting the wrong button. Love you all. See you soon.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Yeah, we're going now. We're going now. Bye, guys.